Hello, everyone. Welcome to my actually third series of the night. Good grief. Oh, wow, we're already going. So very quickly, we did go ahead and have Minion Miners have banned out Battle for Eternity and Towers of Doom. Small Potatoes have banned out Praxis Holdout and Sky Temple. We're going to Infernal Shrines. Also, I have a guest. Hello.
Hello, everybody. This is Sparhawk, for those who don't remember my voice or my ugly face.
Oh, and we've got Ice coming in with another raid. Hello, Ice. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Everyone hanging out in my channel, because my channel's the best. Actually, it's totally not, but thank you for coming here anyway. Oh, and these guys are not stopping. This is game number 1 between Minion Miners and Small Potatoes. This is a Nexus division, which I totally realize I have not updated my title yet.
You can do that, and I'll just go over the bans and such if you'd like.
I definitely appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay, so first pick is going over to the blue side, and they've banned Hogger and Brightwing. And sorry, I forget the other team's name, but the red team banned Zagara and Stitches. And we have a first pick, Bala.
Yep, it's going to be small potatoes, or as I like to say, small patats. Because you know what? Patats is just a cuter way of saying it.
I can't believe you casted 3 matches tonight. Holy crap.
Yep, it's actually funny because Lich Queen was talking about how hard that was. I'm like, I'm going to show you. Ooh, Imperious, I love that.
Yeah, so sticky with Imperious Joanna. Joanna rounding them up, and then Imperious spearing in. Can't wait to see the damage they're going to bring.
So what I can see is that obviously these teams think that Diablo is the best area because, oh, they've ruined it with Alexstrasza, never mind. We definitely had a lot of games coming out of the Diablo universe. And there's Sonya. Right now, 80% of the heroes are from Diablo?
Yes, I would agree.
I always feel bad when I do this to co-casters. They're like, they have no idea what to say, they just go off on a random tangent.
No, I've cast with you before, so whenever you stop talking, I throw info in. Otherwise, I just let you do your thing. I just feel that's the safest way to do it. But I am glad you invited me to co-cast to warm my vocals.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, and I love the fact that we actually have a Diablo ban. They're like, there's entirely too many Diablo's heroes coming up. We know where you're going with this. Get the namesake out of the potential game.
Exactly. And hey, Drapes, Souls in Slowmo won 2-1 in their match.
It was an incredibly close match, even though you now know the result. If you have time, go back and watch it. I don't just say that because I want everyone to pay attention to me.
Yes, you are. We all know you are. Okay.
Not entirely. I can say that much.
You just want the views. We know.
So we do still need a healer, and actually damage from both teams.
Yeah.
No tank yet on the side of...
Oh, they're going Malfurion. Okay. Malfurion pick. I was thinking of Stukov to go with the Joanna Condemn, the Imperious.
I mean, realistically, Malfurion does the same thing.
Yes.
Because it roots very quickly if they get stuck in place and then they get put to sleep. If they're really good at the combo, and again, this is Nexus Division, so they might be.
Oh, yes. This will be a treat.
Nothing against the people who played my last game. Oh my god!
Oh my god, what did we start yesterday?
I love how... Okay, so earlier I was feeling bad about what I did, knocking you off balance, and then the teams just did it to me?
That's great.
I promise I was saying something and I have no idea what it was.
Everybody's like, well, a Division E team pulled out a Cho'Gall and won. We can't let them have all the glory. But a good counter with the Tychus.
We all want Bahamut to look at our games later?
Exactly.
Alright, so we are going into the game itself in about 10 seconds. Looking at the teams, Tychus is going to be a problem for Cho'Gall. And the thing is, they don't really have a front line other than Sonya, who will be in a different lane. I'm interested to see what I say, but I actually kind of have to support Small Patats.
I think I agree. If they don't get an advantage early and keep it going, and Cho'Gall gets to get powered up, I think Cho'Gall can cause a lot of havoc.
Well, we're going to the game right now, so we will see you after the trailer, everyone. Alright. Nope, just kidding. Alright, here we go with game number 1. This is going to be Minion Miners coming in on the blue side. They are represented by... Marshall is playing that Sonya, Himibo is on the Cho, Weskra is playing the Alexstrasza, Sir Mac of Cheese is coming in on Vala, and Murdarin is on the Gaul.
Alright, and for Small Potatoes, we have Chimblofers on the Imperious, Exerted on Hanzo, Hound FPS on the Tychus, Joanna played by Shinmeister, and Tone Phone playing the Malfurion. Good luck to both teams.
Absolutely. I actually really hope that the Andarin is being played by a guy, because the combined name of Cho'Gall is him Arin.
Yeah.
That's we do have Sonya versus Imperious up top, and actually Sonya has already kind of taken some free damage. It looks like it's going to have to heal up with that Whirlwind, but Imperious is moving down below. Imperious did take Consuming Flame, which is kind of his I can still kind of double soak talent.
Now, are you surprised by the Alexstrasza to be the healer for Cho'Gall?
Not at all. Generally speaking, for Cho'Gall picks, you either go Ariel or Alexstrasza. Granted, the problem Alexstrasza is going to have is that she's going to have a much harder time keeping Cho'Gall up prior to 10, because you actually need her alt in order to just fully heal him back up. And it does look like, knowing that he's going to be weaker until 10, we do have the neutral camp being picked up on the side of Small Potatoes. I warn you now, I go back and forth between Potatoes and Patats.
Totally fine. With this Khazar camp being picked up, they'll be pushing in the bottom lane. Looks like it'll be cleared up rather quickly, though. Cho'Gall.
Now here's the question, with a Cho'Gall in the game, do you expect Tychus to go bigger they are? I kind of do.
I do. I would be surprised if they didn't. The only reason they wouldn't is if they can dominate in team fights and prove that they don't need to take it to give him a better option at another ult. At another talent. I think he
is holding it right now, which surprises me, because I definitely feel like against Cho'Gall you want that talent. Against someone like Garrosh, maybe not, because Garrosh is so much harder to kill that last few percent, and not having the Tychus doing percent damage for that is a problem.
Right.
But actually does go in the rhythm. Interesting.
And we do have our first shrine being called. It'll be at the top.
Yep, so we're starting off with the Frozen Shrine, so this is very high priority for the teams to want to get. Because Frozen is generally considered the best shrine you can get. Both of them going for the Shaman camp. A little bit unfortunate that the Shamans are going to be pushing down the lane everyone's going to be in anyway, but... Poor Hanzo down here being like, I'm going to fight Cho'Gall and Vala and Alexstrasza by myself?
Look, they went for a possible gank. They still might have it on Sonya. Spinning to win, gets away safe.
Yep, and here comes the rotation up. Does look like the shrine is active, but no one's actually started yet. Looks like Shinmeister's going to fix that right now as they move in. Pull everyone together. Go ahead. The thing about these shrines is, every few seconds they fill the shrine up to 10. So if you have a team that can kill everyone within those 10 seconds, it only takes 4 rotations to get to the 40.
That's right. It looks like everybody's rotating up now.
A lot of damage coming in. The Cho'Gall is obviously the beacon, which surprises. Actually, that's not a beacon. That was actually something from. I said that, and I'm like, wait, we don't have Arnold in this game.
No, we don't. About 20 to 10 minion count. The objective.
Yep, Blind coming out, catching the Cho'Gall. We do have Sir Mac and Cheese doing a great job going back and forth, not staying in one area for too long. Is going the Hungering Arrow build, which unfortunately does not help as much in tightly clustered team fights because the arrow kind of like goes between heroes. I'm a bit surprised they didn't go for the multi-shot build. But they are much, much better players than I am, so I'm sure that's the right call. I just don't know why.
Yep.
Okay, we're up to 33. We're just about to have a Frozen Punisher on the side of small Patats.
The only advantage is it's an early game Frozen, so although it'll be effective, it just won't be. It doesn't have that many hit points to sustain what it's going to do.
That is very true, and Cho'Gall's comp is one that comes online at 10, so it's not really surprising they couldn't really move in because they weren't necessarily trying to. Cho'Gall goes ahead and takes the leap. They're going to go in. Are they going to try and... No, it looks like they are focusing on tower damage. They're not going to knock down the sidewall and try and go in and help. And the Punisher is down. Did you get a kill onto Sonya? Was not even paying attention to that, because why would I be? There's a big old freaking Punisher punching people. That is going to give a slight experience advantage over to the side of Small Potatoes.
Yes, they're definitely closer on their way to 10s at the moment. About a half level lead.
Indeed, while it's moving down.
Once level 10s come online, the blue team's going to start being able to deal out a lot more punishment.
I definitely agree with that. The Cho'Gall will be able to stay in there twice as long, and also have obviously the centralized double ult. Level 10 is currently put online for Small Potatoes. They are going to go ahead and take Wrath of the Angress, which is not Imperius' usual one. Possibly going to look to abduct the Alexstrasza or even just the Cho'Gall. Take that out. Guess I should say the rest of them. Dragon's Arrow, Commentary Odin, Twilight Dream, and then we don't know from Johanna. She's confused. What do we have on the other side?
We have Leap, Lifeminder, Hammer, Twilight, Twisting Nether, and Strafe from the Vala. They know their comp comes online at 10, and this is what they've been waiting for. Strafe at the objective can actually do quite a bit of damage to the minions to get their objective.
Very, very, very true. And of course, once we get to level 20, if you get that infinite strafe, you can just kind of, as long as there's an enemy anywhere nearby, strafe just doesn't stop.
Yep, it's true. Potatoes picking up their castle camp down mid.
Khazras are moving across, chucking their little spears. We had a discussion about this earlier. Why are there no spear girls, just spear boys? We need more variety in our Khazra.
I would agree.
Though granted, you could argue that we don't need a spear girl. We already have Cassia.
Well, the other thing too, though, is they're Khazra. So, you know, by all my years of playing like Diablo games and such, I mean, maybe there is a female there. I mean, we don't know what the female of the species looks like, so that could be a female as well. Maybe it's 3 females. Just saying.
I guess it's possible. I don't currently have the ability to biologically check this claim. Oh, it does look like Himarin is down at the bottom trying to clear this out. We'll go ahead and get the front wall down, but it looks like Imperius is coming down to stop that, and Cho'Gall is moving up towards the shrine. Shrine is currently being occupied by Small Potatoes.
Nice sleep.
Oh, well, nice sleep, but no one was around. It kind of feels like a waste because no one could follow up. And actually, the ult did get used on Sonya, not on the Cho'Gall, which definitely feels like an ouch.
It did save the Sonya though, because she did go in a little early before Cho'Gall was there.
No, absolutely. That is one of those moments that if it was on my team, it would be immediately followed up by Jeebus Raga? I almost said my own name wrong. So yep, we do have Cho'Gall being abducted by the Imperius. Is right in the middle of a lot of pain, and there is no
Lifebinder
ult to save him. Is trying to run away and actually is surviving.
Good
The Ancient
kills by
Evil does
Sonya.
survive. Very, very much so. Sonya trying to get out as well. People are going back. They need 3 more in order to get this done, and it looks like Sir Mac and Cheese may be coming in from the side trying to get that done. They do get 2, and yep, the Mortar Punisher is coming out, but it's coming out for Small Potatoes?
Nice play by Small Potatoes to take the Punisher.
Because they were at 39 on the other side. I really thought that came out blue until I saw the health bar color. Once again, Himmering getting you very, very focused, but this time we do have the life binder to get them healed right back up. Here comes everybody else as they move right across the battlefield.
And the first fort of the game is taken by Potatoes.
Punisher's so much ash right now as it wisps away. It does look like there's an invasion onto the Khazra camp of the blue team. Someone stand on it, thank you.
I know. I think that's one of the pet peeves when you're a caster and you see it and everybody's like starting to walk away. It's like I'm forgetting something.
Have you ever been in a game? I definitely have, where you go to take a mercenary camp and it's cleared? The other team just sort of like forgot to cap it?
Yes.
Cracks me up so much every time.
And unfortunately, I was a victim of doing that myself in a scrim. I was playing, I forget who, Diva, I think. And I went down and cleared a camp and thought I capped it, so I drove away and left. And then when I was going back down to support the team, it's like, oh, I better grab this while I'm here.
Alright, we did go ahead while that was happening. We had Vala just absolutely deleted. They did go and try and use Lifebinder in order to save her, but it was not able to be done. This is always the problem with casting and why I get in trouble, because it's like, yeah, you should probably cast the game and not talk about your Stormfleet experiences. Whoops. But, oh well, we do have a little bit of a minion push in along the top lane. Imperius is going to go up and that up right now. The rest of Small Potatoes is going to go ahead and take their Khazra camp in the middle. Right now, almost the entire map has been painted red. Only this one solitary camp with 20 seconds left is currently blue.
The 16s are online. They have just about a full level lead. So let's see what Potatoes want to do with it. Looks like they're not going to look for a fight. Try and take that top fort to have all the forts down.
Yep, we do go and have Sonya being focused. Does leap in. Not sure that that was worth.
No.
Like, you stun for a little bit, and you
Good
just kind of
kill.
like... Granted, you will still only have 20 seconds left when you respawn, and you have to 10 seconds to run back to your team, so it's not going to affect it that much. But if I were Sonya, I would have leaped away, not into the team.
I would agree. The
Hound taking a lot of damage just get taken out. But Vala also looking very, very much not healthy. Cho'Gall does run away, just go ahead and just smack that Moonwell. I like to imagine that Cho'Gall doesn't drink from it, he just like smashes his fist into it and heals.
Yeah. Just dumps his face inside and says, give me water.
Alright, Hibbert going ahead and running through. That they do actually manage to save the top fort, and the shrine is activating. They will have the advantage for a little bit because Alex Strauss is going to be back before Tygus will. So the Shaman camp is being picked up for Small Potatoes as they start to move in. Imperius is a little bit ahead of everyone else, needs to be careful. Up to 20 minions before the opponents really show up. Alex has arrived. There is another leap, but this time the entire enemy team is there. Tone Phone taking a lot of damage, is being focused right now. Malfurion trying to get out, but Marshall is not interested in letting that happen. We do go ahead and have Tygus takes out the Volley in the back line, so we do have the healer for a DPS. Cho'Gall goes ahead and smacks everyone away with a big old meaty backhand. Up to 27, we do have the Dragon Queen was used and is back out of it now. Imperia's looking for this Alex Draza, does miss with the spear. Himmerin is right on top of them. Sonya goes ahead and rolls on by. It's healed some, but Shock Lovers is very... Does take out the Sonya, but looks like they'll need to die for their own sins. But Alex also goes down. Only Cho'Gall is left. But can Cho'Gall take on everyone? Cho'Gall's still going to try. Tygus is alive though.
Wow. 30-5.
Yep, could not quite get that last 10, and it looks like we're going to have another Punisher for the small potatoes.
I think I would have liked to have seen the miners, push more onto the objective, and take that. They would have had probably the same result, but they would have had the Punisher as well working in their favor.
The only thing I can think of on why they didn't do that is because pushing onto the objective makes Hanzo less effective because there's going to be more things to absorb his scatter shot.
Right. That's why I was thinking that the blue team should have positioned more aggressively on the shrine.
Oh, that I agree with. By fighting out in the area, they kind of gave the red team a better fight. And there goes the Cho'Gall is going ahead and being stunned out by the Protector. Protector's taking a lot of damage very, very, very quickly. The sidewall is down, but they're not really going to be able to back it up. And there it goes. Right on the cusp of level 20 for the small potatoes.
Looks like they're setting up an invade for the camp. Now that they have 20.
Yep, here comes Slinkmeister. Does get knocked back, and oh, actually they dodged the arrow. That was beautifully set up, but it was sniffed out by the minion miners.
It's just a shame they did all the work and then had to give it up.
That's true, but they did go ahead and force the arrow to be used.
Yes.
And for no value, which I still think is probably having 60 seconds without one of the main engage tools. And there comes another one. We do have Cho'Gall up in the air without a care.
A big red button for the Tychus player.
You have great siege tool, but not necessarily the best fight tool. They don't seem quite ready to go in, although they have forced a lot of ults out. Really, no ults are left on the side of minion miners, or on the side of small potatoes. The Odin is technically still up, but not anymore. As I say that.
And that camp in mid is getting some value. It just took out the well.
Oh, nice. There we have the another
Right.
Dragon Queen is out, getting a lot of things done. There goes ahead and a kill onto Malfurion from Cho'Gall. Cho'Gall is chasing down this Hanzo. Does leap right on top of them. There is once again the healing, this time the other way around. So it's like Slinkmeister is just having a very, very hard time moving away. Dragon Queen breathing death onto them. That is a 3 for nothing. It's about to be 4 because we do have Imperius trying to run away. Triple body block. Hi!
Good counter by the miner.
Very, very much so. We're at level 20. Teams are even talents here for... I won't say the first time this game, but for the... It does constantly feel like there's always been a level lead, and there's not one right now. And they were just pushing in. This is what I love about Nexus. They're like, no, we don't need to take every fort on the map. They're dead. Let's just get... Push this lane in.
We don't have to go and grab a camp right now. Let's just get a key. It looks like they're going to end it.
Well, they're certainly going to try. Tychus is still up, but they have another 30 seconds before Imperius comes back. So it's going to be a while. Odin just kind of casually walks out. Yeah, it's going down fast. I do think this is probably the end of the game. Amazing turnaround, because I definitely would argue that the small potatoes had dominance most of the game, and then just big turnaround. They just walk down one lane, and boom, there we go.
I have to 100% agree with you. I thought Small Potatoes had it, but that's what I love about Heroes of the Storm. You know, it takes one turn, and then the game changes completely. Can't believe the healing numbers on that Alex Straza. That's incredible.
Very, very, very much so. Okay, let me go ahead and go back to that scene. 1 second. Because darn it, you know I need to be on the screen. It's important. So yeah, look at the healing numbers. We do have Alex Straza coming in. Now granted, these numbers are a little bit kind of impolite to go over because Alex Straza has an unfair advantage being able to heal the Cho'Gall. But still 106,000 over the course of the game. While Fury, no slouch, we're having to heal normally with 65,000. Looking in terms of the hero damage, we do have Hanzo leading the way, with Gall coming in second. I really, really, really want to say Murderin, even though I think it's Murderin. And then actually surprising, Imperius coming in third in terms of overall damage. I would not have expected
impressive.
that.
Very impressive.
Especially with a Tychus able to, you know, shoot Cho'Gall with a minigun. And then in terms of experience, we have Imperius leading the way. So, take that, Imperius haters. Followed up by Hanzo and Sonya.
I got to give it. I mean, I thought the Imperius was a really good player. I mean, I don't think they missed really any of the spheres that I was able to see. And I thought the Imperius was played really well. He used his ult really effectively to take someone either out of the fight or to guarantee a kill. So, yeah, kudos to Chimp Loafers for the Imperius play, in my opinion.
No, absolutely agree. I think I only saw them miss one spear, and if your biggest fault is that you miss one spear over a 18-minute game, you're doing pretty darn well.
I 100% agree.
But with that, we'll go to the in-between screen. I will see you guys at, when we go into game number 2. Look forward to it, and don't go anywhere. Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to game number 2, or the pre-game number 2. Already, Blizzard is starting to drive me absolutely crazy because it keeps disconnecting me from the match. I really hope they actually launch this thing. Because once we're in the game, I don't think it will be an issue anymore. But as long as we're sitting in the lobby, it just keeps knocking me out. Because Blizzard has the best stuff. But anyway, we do go ahead. This is going to be on Volskaya Foundry. Volskaya, the map recently taken out of Stormbleed, but it's still one of the favorites in NGS. So, definitely looking like that. Yeah, because that's once you're in the game, your connection is with the other players. It's like a lockstep connection. So the fact that Blizzard's servers are having issues with wherever I am won't actually matter anymore. I do love that Marshall just has like Irikov blink twice if you are in danger. But regardless, yep, ready. Big thing about Volskaya is it's very much a point control map, so we should see a little bit different. Like on the one hand, you can say Infernal Shrines is also point control, but it also has an emphasis on clear, where you just have to have somebody like sit on their butt for a while.
Yeah, I like this map. I actually like it quite a bit.
I like the big problem with it, from what I understand, is at a pro level it was kind of figured out, and the like optimal strategy was developed, whereas the other maps have several optimal strategies.
Right.
They kind of turn into a rock paper scissors situation where there's actually still some interplay. But this map is like, no, you do this. The other big problem with it, from what I understand, is that the protector is not as powerful as the two people you put into it.
Yeah, no, it's useless. It's a shame. Right? I mean, not until you get to the stage 3 protector types, when the third beacon gets activated, are you in a position where you can make good progress. But it just depends on how the team wants to play it.
Absolutely.
I know a few teams nowadays they split. They'll put the protector in one area, and like with people who can have an escape type of thing, and then move their other 3 to another spot and try and get some activity there. Oh.
I'm actually surprised to see that. I did not think the Cho would show up again. Though granted, they did win the last one, but I won't say they shouldn't have, but it definitely seemed like Small Potatoes were in a position to carry the game.
Yes.
So, but at the same time, if you have to do bans, why wouldn't you pick like one of the essential things they did in the game before, even if you could have beaten it?
Yeah. The team we played last night did it to us. We had a good chuckle on that one.
So it seems like that they don't want to draft Tychus again, so they're just taking out all the big health pools in the game.
I don't think Tychus got a lot of real value on the Cho'Gall last game.
I don't either. I'm saying that Small Potatoes don't want to draft Tychus again, so they're just going to remove all the big health bars, so that they don't have to. Alright, teams were very, very, very quick to actually figure out what they wanted to ban, but less quick. It looks like Tone Phone is going to be the first one to lock in, going with the Brightwing this time.
I like the Brightwing pickup. Oh, I like the Sylvanas a lot too.
So you guys get a very, very unique situation where you can now see what happens when you disconnect in the middle of a draft phase. I'm back. But
oh man, don't be doing that to me. No disconnecting for you. We have a Lucio pickup. I really like the Lucio. Be able to speed the team around.
Liz Queen is in chat. Liz Queen will be having flashbacks because it was doing this to me whenever we co-cast. Maybe it's just something with co-casting because I just cast 2 series back to back with no issues, and then all of a sudden.
Oh, I see. So you're saying you want me to go? Oh, I see how it works.
Okay, we do have Lucio is an interesting pick here because you usually take him in response to a lot of crowd control, and all they had showing was the polymorph. Now they do have the stun coming out of the Muradin.
I like the Lucio being able to speed around, move off the point, And hey, Dutch Queen, how you doing? So we have Murden and Li Ming picked up for the side of the potatoes.
Wow, this is so janky. I don't know if you can see the stream, but it's definitely a unique experience.
I'm flipping back and forth to see, and it's like everybody's blocked on the one side.
All right, we do go and have a garage band coming out. Oh, good, I can see the heroes again. That's fantastic. Like I said, this should get a lot better once we get into the game because of the lockstep.
So we had Hogger Band on the blue side and the red band Garrosh. Sure.
Thank you, because I cannot see the Hogger band.
Yes, no problem.
Oh, interesting. Deathwing coming out.
Deathwing Chromie.
Minion miners are just like, we want a hero that is good, that Tygus is good into. We will not actually.
They're forcing them to other, because they could go Leo. Leo would be pretty good with their code.
That is very true. I definitely remember whenever no, I don't play Leo, but an enemy team went Deathwing. When I saw the pick, I was like, okay, I guess I'm going Leo.
Ooh. Going with the Imperious again for Chimp and the Rainer.
So Imperious is interesting. If Imperious, it becomes a very much skill matchup, because Imperious goes the ult that increases your auto attack damage whenever they are marked with a salvation thing. Then Imperious does amazing amounts of damage to Deathwing, but if Deathwing stands in the middle of the wave, that barely hits him.
Yes. And we have a final pickup of Thrall for the blue side, for the miners.
So I wonder if that's actually not offlane Deathwing. Are we going to have offlane Thrall against Imperious?
That's a 4-man Deathwing.
That's what I'm thinking as well. In which case the Imperious will be less useful unless they send Raynor to the offlane, which is an option.
I know my Deathwings. That's a 4-man Deathwing.
So we're going to go into the game right now. That means you're going to lose sight of our amazing and beautiful faces. But don't worry,
everybody,
you'll be okay.
We'll see you soon.
I believe in you.
Right, so I'll let you introduce the blue team so I know when your trailer's done.
Oh, only played the trailer the first time through, but okay. Blue team is going to be coming in on the blue side. Imagine that. Would you go ahead and have Marshall coming in on that, not the core, on the Chromie. We do have Sir Mac and Cheese on the Sylvanas. Murdarin is playing the Thrall. Himibo is coming in on that Deathwing, and then Weskra is on the Lucio.
And for the potatoes, we have Chimp Loafers again playing the Imperious, Shinemeister on the Murden, Hound FPS on the Rainer, Tone Phone on Brightwing, and Zerded playing the Li Ming.
Already spreading out? I guess they're kind of worried about a Sylvanas Cheese going into one of the lanes. They're like, we're just going to be in every lane.
Smart call.
I certainly agree. Imperious could really mess up the top lane if they went there, and of course, a full combo Li Ming from behind the wall just showing up, and Sylvanas is suddenly at 20% health. But, joke's on you, they didn't go for the cheese. We do have 2 questing talents coming out of the side of Minion Miners. Party Mix from the Lucio, and then Echo the Elements on the Thrall. So they definitely will scale a little bit harder, but be a little bit weaker early on. And Li Ming actually has not picked her level 1 talent unless that's a visual glitch.
Nope, she has not picked it yet.
I don't play Li Ming enough. I don't actually know what that decision would be waiting on or hinging on. But if you're waiting to see what another player picks, then they've all picked, so I don't know why you're waiting.
Yeah, I mean, there's any of the level 1s, depending on how you want to move forward, can be really good. But either they forgot, or maybe they're just waiting.
It's definitely going to be a interesting thing when we get... Oh, no, it looks like they've gone ahead and...
Went for the regeneration globes and spell power. You have disconnected.
I certainly have. We're doing this again. Fantastic. This exact same thing happened with Lich Queen, and I don't know why, because, like I said, it's been working all night. I did some test runs, made sure everything was good.
All right. Well, now you know. I guess you just can't have co-casters for the rest of the season.
Which doesn't make sense that would cause it, but is the thing just the same? So I guess let us know what's happening right now.
Right now, teams are just rotating. We have Thrall and Imperius in the bottom lane. They are rotating top mid for minions. Experience is tied. A little bit of an advantage going over to the side of the miners, but not much. The first control point has been called, so it will unlock in 20 odd seconds. You see the Deathwing build? Oh, he took in Furnace at level 4. Not a super fan when I play, but when you're Nexus players, you do it your own way. Healing Beacon, taking the control by the potatoes.
All right, restarting the client. Hopefully that will help.
Thrall completed his Echo of the Elements quest. Some channel is started by the potatoes. Li Ming's trying to keep them at bay in the top. There's Lucio, Sylvanas, and Chromie are laying waste to. They got one gun tower at least. Deathwing came to the top, so now it's 4 versus 1 at the top.
This is Barhawk Radio Show right now. Sorry I can't really participate.
Yeah, we're waiting for you to get back. They got chased away, so they took the front wall down in the top lane. Didn't get any of the fort damage, but they're at 90%. So if the miners are making a call for this, nope, first protector goes over to the side, and first blood goes over to the side of the potatoes too, killing Sylvanas. Really nice Imperious spear there. We have Slowing Sands by the Chromie. Mid wall is now completely down. Protector moving its way to the top.
All right, we're loading back into the game right now. Sorry about this, guys. Like I said, I had an issue. I reinstalled like a bunch of drivers. I reinstalled HOTS, and I was like, okay, good, it's working now. Fantastic. Maybe it's not.
13 seconds left on the protector with just a few hit points, 4%. Making really good use of this protector. Well, it's been at 1% for like 10 seconds. And we have a Calamity build coming out of the Li Ming, which is exciting to see. Right now, potatoes just slightly ahead on their way to getting to level 10. So they should have first. There's level 10s for them. Let's see, what are we getting? We're getting... Oh, I'll wait till everybody picks. I think they're going to have a kill onto the Thrall. Thrall overextended on a chase. They're playing a really great job of just playing around Deathwing. I mean, Deathwing's now in lane. They don't necessarily have a tank or a big body in front. Deathwing's going to Cataclysm in.
All right, yep, I am back in now. Deathwing has landed. Fantastic. Thank you for covering for that while my computer stopped being stupid. Or, I don't know if it's my computer or my connection or what happened, but regardless. So I have some more things to fix. We do have a Rainer taking over the turret down at the bottom. Oh my goodness, I don't understand what is wrong with this game.
Oh, wow. All right, so level 10s have been reached for both teams. Quickly go over them. On the side of the potatoes, we have Wrath of the Angerous, Blink Heal, Hyperion, Avatar, Wave of Force. And for the miners, we have, again, Swelling Sands, Sound Barrier, Bellowing Roar, Earthquake, and Mind Control. And Lucio did go to the party mix at level 1, just completed that. So you get a kill onto the Muradin and the Rainer, picks up a turret. Apparently Rainer forgot to use it. The second beacon, or control point, should be called pretty shortly. And again, 3 people on this top point really wanting to take this core down, this fort down. Sorry. Sylvanas clearing up bottom a little bit.
Oh, God, darn it. I was trying to trick it, but it may be a bit before I come back. I'm super sorry about this. I do not know what is causing this. Like I said, I thought I fixed it.
Alright, so the second objective point is up. Looks like they're trying to get... Chromie was trying to get some point on it, but got scared away. Go ahead.
Are you able to, on Discord, actually share your screen? I know we don't usually do that in GS, but we're in a private call. No one can join us.
Okay. Sharing my screen now.
Fantastic. When I was hoping I wouldn't have to do that, but desperate times. So we can now at least see what you're seeing. So it does look like Deathwing is moving across. It looks like we do go ahead and have minion miners taking over the point, trying to take that away. The opposing team got up to, it looks like, about 70%.
26.
Oh, okay.
By the potatoes.
Okay.
And it's 25% and working for the side of the miners currently at the moment.
All right, we do go ahead and have everyone moving through. The percent continues to build at the top. It does look like the small potatoes have moved down in order to try and get some structure damage down below. They do go ahead and have a wave going with them so they can get some done, but it does look like Thrall is down there trying to push them back.
And a protector is picked up by the miners. Sylvanas is in it. It looks like they're going to be bringing it to mid or the bot. Lucio and Sylvanas are in it. Now, I always think it's not a great idea to put your healer in there, but with its Lucio, it's fine. Especially when you have your ult.
I mean, yeah, you can also jump back out of it very, very quickly. Although I'm not... I feel like the gunner can jump in and out more easily than the driver can.
Yes, they can.
So you always want to make sure that Lucio is the gunner in situations like that.
Kills are 2-2. It's about a full level of advantage on the side of the miners. They'll hit 16 first.
So yep, they'll just about get into that. We are at even talent tier right now, but we're about to not be. And it does look like there's a mini fight over this healing camp right now. Definitely going ahead and knocking across. Has to step back for just a second. That poor healing golem is just like, I want to fight someone. Why are you all moving away?
And it looks like they're going to pick up their airplane camps on either side.
It's actually funny, when I cast this earlier, I called them the airplane camps and specifically referenced the fact that you taught me that.
I mean, I think although the miners have like a bit of a level lead, I still think this map is being played extremely well on the side of the potato.
No, I certainly agree.
Whoa.
Oh, a lot of damage onto that Deathwing. Deathwing has to move away very, very quickly, but that means he cannot actually protect the structure.
Yes, Skyfall.
Well, more importantly, he has healing.
Yes. Going to be a couple deaths here.
Alright, going in, Deathwing is breathing fire. They're trying to go ahead and push this down. It does definitely look like they have the advantage in Siege, at least for right here. But both teams are actually really good about moving into a lane where the other team isn't and just getting advantage. They don't wait to have the objective in order to be able to push. They just look for opportunities. That's the biggest difference I've noticed between the higher and the lower divisions.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% on that one. They are going to get this bottom fort. Just as the C control point is becoming called active. About 15 seconds for that. But right now, structurally, it is in favor of the miners. We've been able to bring this around. A lot of it is to do once Deathwing gets his configuration to 16. I mean, all he does is make other people barbecue.
Yeah, who realized Deathwing would be so good at Siege? It's only like that's his whole thing in his expansion.
Oh, mind control goes out.
It's great mind control right into the Cataclysm. And we do have Raynor being popped. Brightwing looking very, very, very low as they're trying to move in, try and get that taken care of. And it does look like Deathwing is the more durable dragon. Who knew? I still think it's hilarious that there are 4 dragons as Heroes of the Storm and 2 of them are healers.
Yes. Who's the other dragon healer?
Alexstrasza and Brightwing.
Oh, that's right. Okay, right. Forgot about Brightwing.
That's the one we're literally in the game with. Actually, I just now noticed that, yeah, like, of the dragons, 3 of them are in this game. Because Chromie's here too.
Yes. It's 64% for beacon control on the side of the miners. And 7-3 in kills. 2 level advantage. The 20s do come online.
Yep, what 20s are people picking up? Because I definitely cannot make that out from here.
We have Piercing Sands for Chromie. We have House Party. We have Stood in the Fire. Windrush for Thrall. And Dark Lady's Call for Salon.
Blue team has taken control.
Fantastic. I almost asked about the other team, and I'm like, wait, I can definitely see the 19 from here, so this,
Yes.
You can't tell me.
They're not there yet.
So it looks like, once again, we do have the Protector moving in on the side of Minion Mashers. Or Minion Miners. I was close.
Big damage onto the Deathwing, though.
Yep, but it does look like the
Counter
Protector is
dam.
being forced back before it even gets to the fort. Fort keep. I actually don't know. Is the Protector affected by Slowing Sands?
No, not at all.
I didn't think so. But I wasn't sure enough to say that.
Yeah.
So we do have the first keep of the game going down against the might of the Minion Miners. It does definitely feel like the Potats are on the back foot, but keep in mind that the Miners were on the back foot almost the entirety of the previous game.
So right now, it's like red's working their way bottom. Top is going up top to just clear away this airplane camp.
If they've only got 7 seconds left, they know they can't really get anything else done with it. And they don't want to leave the protector with themselves in a bad position. I do have to say, I question how good the protector actually is going to be at protecting anyone if it only lasts for a minute at a time.
I think as the game gets later, it actually, Thrall gets just annihilated. I think he gets it more time.
Got picked up by that Imperious and just got left in the middle of Pain Train. So now we do have the potatoes being much more aggressive.
2 down. So definitely going for it. Mind control goes out onto Li Ming. She gets away. Luckily. And while they're doing this, level 20s for the side of the potatoes, while I'm watching that, is Brand of Solarian, Invisible Friends, Execute Order, Rewind for Murden, and Repulsion. So the upgraded Wave of Force.
Nice. Interesting that she took Wave of Force. I wonder, other than trying to keep Lucio away from a target, there's nothing really to interrupt. So I'm not... I think that it may just be a position... I'm sure it's actually to reposition people for Imperious.
I would agree. Right. Plus, it is a solid knockback. So it helps to possibly capture a point.
Imperious just goes... Death. I love how Deathwing just goes and stands on the point, be like, you can't move me, and then it's like, ow, 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 ow!
Yep. I've been there many of the times. I land on point and it's like, team, where are ya? I can't just stand here. And honestly, the only thing that I'm surprised out from the Deathwing build, I understand every pick, is the 13. I understand why Wicked Inferno would be taken, but I really like Ruination. Especially when you're playing Mage style Deathwing, that gives you the ability to throw your V-stun breath weapon out like every 6 seconds. Right? So you just cop that with the rest of your team. I mean, you lock people down, you can just kill them so easy. Very good. I do understand where Wicked Inferno can be used. And this is Nexus, so I'm not going to complain about how these guys pick. I mean... 7 seconds till the A control point gets unlocked.
Alright, yep, we do have the middle control point. It is currently being occupied by small potatoes. Well, okay, I say that right as they move away.
They're trying to get some work with their airplane camp top.
A little bit. That is one of the few, actually the only fort left in the game. So it's while that's down, they have continuous catapult pressure being pushed up against them. Though at the very least, the bottom lane is cleared out for everyone. So the next protector could potentially win the game unless there's a full clear behind it.
20-minute protector is pretty strong. Anything after 20 minutes, you can literally think of as a game-ending protector. So we have some contesting going on. But they were smart. They're keeping somebody always to stay on the point just to keep the channel going. Really respect that.
Absolutely.
Smart
They're
play.
up to 70% right now. And that's the thing. Unlike a lot of objectives, they keep getting percent until they get to 99, even if the other team is here. It's not like Sky Temple. Murden goes ahead and gets caught by that, and a nice little bit of damage. Does jump in, is right in the middle of the entire enemy team, doing a lot of damage to Deathwing, but also taking a lot in return.
Mind control goes up.
Mind control does land. It does look like we're going to have a dead dwarf. No, never mind, he does dwarf leap out of there. Unfortunately, no one told Brightwing he was leaving. So we do go ahead and have the Brightwing dying, and we now have the percent building on the other side, up to 99% on the side of small potatoes. but the Brightwing will be down for 50 seconds, which will be long enough for this to get to 100%. It gets about 2% per second. Imperials will be up top.
They were just clearing a camp or clearing the lane from catapults, I believe.
Well, they almost stopped channeling for a second, but then Imperials came down and they went back for it. But yeah, they actually lose the channel. They moved away from the point long enough that the channel got taken. This is actually going to let Brightwing have time to come back, and of course Brightwing can teleport in.
And she will be back in time.
So yeah, if they had just stayed on the point, they would have actually had the protector before Brightwing respawned. So this is kind of huge.
Big damage out. Mind control onto the Imperius.
Alright, Brightwing is back up. So this is a full 5-on-5 again. The Murden is very, very, very low. It does look like they're having to fall back. Overtime is going away, and it looks like the protector is obtained for minion miners.
That conflagration damage by Deathwing. Oh, man, that was close.
I still love Deathwing getting into the protector.
Yeah. I think it'd be cool if there was a tail sticking out the end or something.
That would be amazing. I don't know if you know this, in StarCraft 2, whenever a medevac picks up a Thor, you just see the Thor like go into a fetal position and be carried around by it. Alright, speaking of the core, we do go ahead and have the core itself going down to 60%. The rest of the team is nearby trying to do a little bit of damage, down 25% as the protector goes down, 70%, 14%, 9%. And game number 2, despite all of the technical issues that I somehow had, is won by minion miners.
Good game, minion miner.
I am very sorry. I'm going to have to go back and look at a lot of things again. I didn't have problems for the longest time, and then all of a sudden I have all of the problems.
Okay, for going over some numbers, I'm going to give the shoutouts to Brightwing for 126,000 heals. Definitely kept their team in the game. Lucio at 75. I was really surprised by that. I thought the numbers would be higher. And we'll give credit to Sylvanas for her 1,480. Hero damage, though, Chromie with 83. Then Li Ming with 77. And then the rest of the blue team. Nothing wrong with that. And experience contribution is definitely taken by Li Ming with 20,000. And then Deathwing at 17. So numbers spread pretty evenly amongst the teams. It's just Deathwing is the X factor.
Absolutely. Let's go jump into lobby 2 real quick to see if we can get an interview. Hello, hello. I am joined by Himibo. Hopefully Sparhawk finds his way over here. Fantastic. Alright, so first of all, obviously congratulations. Very, very well played couple of games. We'll start at game number 1. Actually, first, let me give you the gimme question. How are you guys feeling right now?
Oh, we're feeling great. We're ready to mine. We're going off to work. All right, sorry, I don't want you to get DMCA'd, but there you go.
It's totally fine. You could have let it play through.
Okay, it's not your channel getting DMCA'd? But no,
that's how we're feeling,
absolutely.
though. We're feeling real merry, you know?
Definitely understand why. That was a insane couple of games. So, first of all, I will say that you ended up getting map pick both times. Were the maps just maps you like, or was there some specific reason you wanted these maps against this particular team?
Well, slight correction. We actually got first pick in the first game.
The first game, yeah.
Map pick.
Well,
yeah,
go
so
me.
Infernal was chosen by them. But yeah, we were debating a lot about whether we wanted first pick or map pick, and it was pretty contested, honestly. We had some ideas on things that we wanted to try on different maps. But also, I think ultimately it came down to Zag is a forced ban, and sort of, I mean, Vala is sort of, you know, give or take. But,
Yeah.
I mean, if we take first pick, we basically are taking away one of their bands. So I mean, it's kind of hard to say no to that.
So,
That
what was the idea behind the Cho'Gall comp, which I 100% respect because we played it last night and pulled it off too.
I mean, well, first things first. That's my thick brother over there. He's a thick boy, and I love him. And so we just have a good time playing Cho'Gall. When we first started playing, so we've been a team since season 7, the same
Oh, wow.
5 of us. And we played every season. And he had never played HOTS before, and so sort of we just like we have good synergy, and we decided when we joined up as a team we were going to play things that we like playing. I mean that was the bottom line. And in my opinion, if you play things that you enjoy playing, oftentimes you will play better than quote unquote meta picks a lot of times. Yeah, it's nice if your favorite pick is also meta and strong, but so yeah, we just like Cho'Gall. That's a good Cho'Gall map. So is Volskaya, but Small Potatoes couldn't let us have too much fun, I guess.
Yeah, it's interesting where it's just like this is a team focused game. So here's this hero that you have to like work directly with another person, and then no one wants to use it.
I know, right?
Were you surprised at all that the Tychus seemed pretty ineffective against you as Cho'Gall?
So first things first about Tychus. I've never had any issue with Tychus. I mean, occasionally yes, but it boils down to you can almost just one-shot Tychus late game. So it's like he's not going to have time to stand there and just auto you oftentimes. So in that sense, we never worry about it. Now, generally, I do go Molten Block, but that's pretty much when they go the bigger they are. In this case, they went in the rhythm, which is much less scary.
Yeah, for sure, 100% for sure.
I mean, if they hold you down, I mean, if we get slept, let's say, and we get rooted, we can lose almost our entire health bar from bigger they are, from top to bottom. So then, in that case, I would have gone Molten Block. That was the only real thing I was worried about. And once I saw they went in the rhythm, I was like, okay, I can go Twilight Veil at 13, and that's fine.
So they seem to have your number, if you don't mind, for quite a bit of the map, and then you guys just. So, when did you recognize your win condition? Because like towards the end, you guys just started popping off on them, and then ended the game. Is it just
Cho'Gall? Yeah, on map 1 specifically, or both of them, because they're kind of had a similar thing almost on game.
Yeah, you can actually explain both if you wanted to.
Sure. So game number 1, Cho'Gall notoriously scales extremely well into the late game. So we basically had, going into it, we just said don't do anything. Like the way we win this game is we just do nothing. And I thought we did a really good job giving a lot. We gave the first, I mean, we almost got the second objective. Objective number 1, we almost didn't even really try. And, you sort of feel, what we do is you feel around, and but you don't commit, like overcommit. So it's one of those things that if we see an opening, we get a kill, boom, we can go in, but we're just going to play like on the safe side. We're not going to be risky at all. And we just were waiting to hit 16 really, but also 20. We just totally come online as a team. And it's really funny because we hit level 20 at the beginning of the last team fight. So we basically told ourselves in game number 1, hit 20 and we win the game. In the middle of the fight, we hit 20, we killed them all, and then the game ended. So it was really funny that it worked out exactly how we were imagining it. Game number 2 is also one of those maps that, I mean, it was really back and forth, but they had good macro, and they were really pulling us around a little bit. They were utilizing the Bright Ring really well. We weren't necessarily planning on taking that late, although Volskaya is sort of a map that tends to go that way. But once we did hit 20, we were sort of, our game plan was slow or stun somebody and then hit them with mind control, kill them, and then we're up a person.
I really like the Deathwing player and how they played Deathwing. I mean,
that was me.
Oh, was it? Really good job.
That was me. Thank you.
So let me ask a question then. Level for 13, you took the Inferno. Do you ever consider the with the other talent with the 6 seconds time for your V attack?
So
Or do you just
in
like the
general,
but
the reason I like going Q at 13 is, believe it or not, a lot of it is you get a team fight, especially on a point like that, and you can just like that last team fight. I said as soon as I started winding up my Q, like that the fight is over because
right?
basically the Q covers the second half of the whole thing. And if they want to stand on the point at 90, we're at 99%, they're going to have to stand in my fire because I have such a long fire breath. That
Right.
wouldn't be possible if I didn't go that at 13.
Okay.
So that's one of the things. But also, it's really nice to be able to pressure side lanes in the late game, mid to late game. So at 13, I can use a Q, kill the entire minion wave, and then I still have plenty of Q left over for doing other things. Especially since I go Q at level 4, I'm much more likely to have more higher than 75%. Whereas if I
Right.
went the other level 13s, I would waste my
Variation.
entire energy bar, and then I would be nowhere near 75%, so I wouldn't get the bonus damage. So there's a few
Makes sense.
reasons why I go Q.
I just wanted to know. I'm a Deathwing player as well, so I just was curious as to why.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, there's certainly lots of ways to play him too, but if I'm going melee, it's much less important.
For sure.
But,
I was really surprised. Why did you guys decide not to tank? Not to bring a tank, or just use
Right.
Deathwing as the big body?
yeah, it's it's interesting that it just seems to work out a lot for us. I think we just bring enough damage, and the poke we had was really good with Chromie.
Oh,
As
for
long
sure.
as we have enough CC, it's really interesting because you can stay in range mode, but the E is such a huge hitbox. The ranged E on Deathwing, Earth Shatter or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And so you're even though you're in range mode, you effectively cover so much space because they just can't walk on any of that Earth Shatter without getting stunned. So
I'll let Rocket go back to asking her question. So I just wanted to have a talk about the Deathwing because you're such an advanced player.
You're absolutely fine. Like, you actually have the knowledge to ask the specific questions, and we are talking to the Deathwing, so no problem at all. So, but going into Volskaya, because we kind of like drifted into Volskaya. It was part of the reason that you chose to come here, because people don't have as much practice, and as you said, your team is made in season 7, so you're just like, well, we know this really well, and no one's really practicing this because it's out of Storm League, so...
we actually I didn't think about that. That is very true. But I mean, we did think about the fact that it's out of the Storm League rotation. But we like Volskaya a lot. And so we wanted to play it because we were like, we don't get to play this anymore, so let's do it.
Right. I think it's a fun map to play.
Yeah, we're all about having whatever we have the most fun on, So it's like I said, it's sort of like the hero selection, It's like we like this map because we have fun, so we're gonna pick it. I also think we're good at it too, which helps.
I mean, I would say one of the main decision makers of if you have fun is, are you successful?
Yeah, fortunately, we have fun whether we win or lose, I'd like to say, but it's so crazy. We've been so fortunate that every season we seem to have relative success, We generally make it in the top half, or we make the playoffs. It does make it more fun when you're winning for sure, but we try to have the attitude whether we win or lose, but it's just I every time I look at us and we're not dead last, I just can't believe I had to pinch myself, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I don't see us as winners, but somehow we do okay, It's really exciting. It's fun.
But you're an impressive team to watch with your comps and such, and I myself, when I get back to full-time casting, I'm going to be looking at picking up your guys' games.
Awesome.
So I can show you off more and more.
We try to be spicy with our picks, so we try to be caster friendly,
It works for me, buddy.
I definitely respect that. You're like the actually good version of my team, so keep on it.
Well, so far, just wait. The second half of the season, yeah, I'm always expecting we're gonna go on a 12-game losing streak. It hasn't happened yet, but it's got to happen one of these seasons.
Or you guys just take it all, buddy.
I hope so. That's the hope, but you never know.
But yeah, those are the questions I had for you. Let me go ahead and turn it over for any shout outs I'm sure you want to give.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, shout out again to the team. I can't believe we've been playing for this long. It's still so fun. Shout out to I almost said Regen Anomaly because Small Potatoes I believe is 3/5 an older team Regen Anomaly. I'm pretty sure. I recognized them from scouting them. I'm like I'm pretty sure they played on another team. And that was from a few seasons ago. It is really good to see players stick around and keep playing. So shout out to them. And also, I'm not sure if you had an overlay or anything, but for those who don't know, we like to spam this silly toy train emote where it's Stitches riding on a train bouncing along. And Small Potatoes, they did it back to us. They sent us back a toy train.
I saw that. Yeah.
No one does that. No one ever does that. So shout out to them for doing that. And shout out to you guys. Everything is so much better whenever you have a caster. It's just so much fun. So we really, really appreciate you guys casting us. And yeah, we're excited. Starting the season 2-0. Let's go.
Exactly.
Well, don't thank me too much until you watch the stream. We definitely had some issues the second one, but
Hey, that's okay.
we got through them.
It happens, It happens.
Yeah, congratulations. I will let you go celebrate. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. That actually doesn't prevent you from doing anything.
Yeah, best of luck to your team during the season. And like I said, once I pick up full-time casting again, I'll be looking forward to picking up a lot more of your games when I can.
Awesome. Sounds great. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Good night. And with that, I'll also go ahead and end the stream. Before I go, I do want to say, first of all, the things I go through for fashion, I took my gloves off just now, and this is what's left.
Wow.
A little like...
A little bit of S&M going on there, it looks like.
I mean, I live by myself, so you gotta make do where you can. I have legitimately actually put this on backwards by accident.
Yeah, sure, by accident, she says. Right.
But yeah, before we go, why don't you tell everyone who you are and where they can find you and when you'll be back to casting?
Alright, everybody. Again, my name is Sparhawk. I casted a lot for the last couple seasons. I'm temporarily on a break casting during the week due to my wife's work. But after the 28th, she goes on to day shifts. So then I'll be full-time casting from the week of the 29th on. Other than that, I have picked up matches for the 22nd and the 29th, right, both on Sundays. And then once that and I started picking up matches for the rest of that week. So starting literally at the end of the month, you can find me on SparhawkX on Twitch TV. Yeah, come on, check it out. You will not have a great. You won't be disappointed. I had a lot of fun with my cast. Sorry, I was having throat bubbles for a minute. But I want to thank Raka for letting me step in and co-cast with her. Something we threw together during the last game she casted.
Yeah, something that either ruined the game through or saved it because you either caused me to disconnect or you were able to let us see the game while I got reconnected. I'm not sure which.
It's all good. They worked out in the end.
But yeah,
Thank you for letting me join you. And if I can, I'll try to maybe offer to co-cast with you again. Or if I'm casting, maybe I'll have you co-cast with me.
Absolutely. Yep, I'm always open for co-casters. I don't always ask, but I'm never like, ooh, no. And yeah, this was a 3-game series for me. I started with a replay cast from last night, and then I just went into the last game, and then I went to this game. So there we go. It's been awesome. If you want to cast more of me, you're already in my channel. Hit follow. Hello.
Of course, if you're in this channel, make sure you leave a follow on her. For sure, for sure.
And with all of that done, let me go ahead and see where we're going to get you. I should have probably been looking for where we're going to raid, because I pretty much guarantee there aren't any other NGS games on right now. Although, as I said, but I can hear myself. Fantastic. I never stop that. No. And yeah, this is a 3-game series. Stop! I don't want you to hear me. Yeah, it looks like no one else is streaming, so let me go ahead and just get this over to Porky, because Porky's amazing.